Ever since Matt Walsh asked that super-duper controversial hate question, what is a woman, politicians everywhere have avoided it like gonoherpes, outdoing each other with limp-wristed fairy tale answers, usually revolving around respect and dignity, while giving truth and reality a wide berth. Two of the most recent examples of this phenomenon include former Australian Prime Minister Julia Gillard, a woman who railed against misogyny during her time in office, and Ireland's Media Minister Catherine Martin, who claims the definition of woman is not relevant to Ireland's upcoming referendum on the role of women in society. You just can't make this shit up. Let's have a look right after this quick sponsor. Let's talk about Atlas VPN. Developed by top cybersecurity specialists and IT engineers in 2019, Atlas VPN was created to make the internet accessible and secure for everyone. And you can get the big deal now for just $1.83 per month, plus 3 months extra. Protect your privacy and get the many benefits of Atlas VPN for this ridiculously low price. You can take this limited time offer by clicking the link in the description. Now, you know what I love about Atlas VPN? Is I'm sitting there like, what am I going to watch today? And it's all boring because I've seen all the stuff. And so I open up Atlas and go beepity boop America. I go to Roku.com, which is only available in like America, Canada and England for some reason. And bingo bango, I'm watching SEAL Team 6. This is one of the best VPNs on the market. It'll unlock your favourite content from all over the world. Keep your Google searches in private. Don't let people track your results. Get real and organic search results. It'll stop ads and malware because it's more than just a VPN. It blocks all the malicious ads and trackers and notifies you when someone's trying to steal your data. You can get super cool deals. I'm talking like real discounts. Look at this. And last but not least, protect unlimited devices. Like I said, you can get Atlas VPN now at a huge discount. A 3-year subscription for just $1.83 per month, plus 3 months extra and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Time's running out, so get your deal in the video description or in the pinned comment. Alright, so here's Julia Gillard at an event on women's advancement at Government House in South Australia in August.
What is a woman? And do you agree with Queensland's Attorney-General Minister for Women, Sharon Fentiman, that trans women are women, and with the UK's leader of the Labor Party, Sir Keir Starmer, that some women have a penis?
Look, I'm very happy to answer your question, but
I'm not going to answer your question in any way, shape or form.
I do worry that, and I should just say, I spend around half of each year in the UK. And in the UK, this has turned into a kind of got you parlour game. So if you're listening to the radio, you literally, there'll be some person on there from London City Council who's trying to tell you why the traffic's not going to flow well that day. And the journo will be saying, and can you tell me what a woman is?
Yeah, but you're speaking at an event for women's advancement. You're not commenting on the traffic in London.
To try and create these gotcha moments. And I think we've just got to move away from all of that.
Again, you're speaking at an event for women's advancement. Why do we have to move away from the question, what is a woman? You're seriously flailing here, Julia.
And just come at this once again from first principles and say to ourselves, we as a community are full of people with diverse stories and diverse life experiences. Amongst that rich diversity, which, as Francis says, is powerful, there are a number of people who genuinely believe that they are trapped in the wrong body.
What kinds of body, Julia? Women's bodies? Men's bodies? Tyrannosaurus Rex's bodies? Why can't you just be straight to the point? You can do that while being respectful as a politician. If I was a politician, I'd say something like, a woman is an adult human female. Now, having said that, there are adult human males who desire to live their life as an adult human female. And while they're not an adult human female, we should show them some sort of basic respect and dignity, as we'd show any other member of the public. They can't say that because they're fucking pussies. They don't want to upset the gender crazies, but they just slightly annoy or bore everyone else. Now, I meant what I said. We should show trans people some sort of basic respect and dignity, and if an individual trans person, or any other person for that matter, fails to show you the same, then fuck them.
Fuck them! Fuck them up against the wall, wear handcuffs on them, and crazy through all their lips. That's all you do.
And they want to be recognised as the gender that their mind and soul have for always told them that they are.
Well, the mind is very malleable, isn't it? You can think that you think something when you actually don't know that you don't know. Some people's minds tell them the moon's made of cheese. Some people's souls tell them they've got to cannibalise God's kid every Sunday. That's why the golden rule's always best. You be cool to me and I'll be cool to you, or something to that effect.
And that doesn't go one way, it goes both ways. People who have transitioned from being men to being women, and women who have transitioned to being men. And I think we've just got to say, like we'd want to show everybody else in the community, love, inclusion and respect, we should do that for each of those individuals.
Yeah, but you still haven't answered the questions, what is a woman and can a woman have a penis? This is like watching paint dry. Let's fast forward.
And then there are a set of issues that need to be thought through about prison arrangements, about fairness in elite sport, those sorts of things that we're up to thinking about and working through if we try and do it inclusively.
If you didn't understand that, she was saying there's issues we've got to sort out fairly and inclusively, like women's sports and women's prisons. Now, how do you sort out those issues fairly and inclusively? Because in these scenarios, fair does not equal inclusive.
Most people in their lives won't end up playing elite sport. Most people in their lives won't end up in prison. Most people in their lives will encounter at some point someone who is a transsexual person, and I think what really counts is the openness and the spirit of inclusion about the way that you encounter them.
Good God, she waffles on for about another minute or so, then ends it like this.
The temperature is being created for political reasons often, not because it's inherent in the discussion.
So as predicted, she did not answer the question or questions in any way, shape or form. Modern day politics, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's have a look at the Irish Media Minister, Catherine Martin, when she tried to answer basically the same question as it pertained to an upcoming Irish referendum in relation to women's roles in the home.
Minister, an article in the Irish Times this week by Pat Leahy outlined some fears within government that the so-called Women in the Home referendum might raise some uncomfortable questions for politicians. For example, how do you define a family and what is a woman in the context of the gender debate? So on foot of that article, I'm just wondering, what is a woman in your view?
Pretty simple question. What is a woman in your view?
This is something that the government are discussing, Ben, but it's very important that we get that wording correct.
The government is discussing it, and it's very important that the government get the wording of your view correct. Have I got this right? The government is considering your view.
But do you have a definition of what you referred earlier to being proud of being a female sport minister and how important it is to promote women in sport and so on? So I'm just wondering, do you have a personal definition of what a woman means?
I think that the question is not relevant to the referendum itself, because as in the issue that is pressing at the minute in relation to the exact wording of a referendum and having the referendum is absolutely essential.
Wait, so the government is discussing your definition, but it's not relevant to the referendum on women's roles in the home, which is super duper important for Irish women, although we can't define women. You've got to be fucking kidding me. This has got to be one of the most limp-dicked responses ever. Well, I mean, I don't want to assume the response is gender. Limp-dicked, saggy-titted, whatever. Now let's have a look at a few honourable mentions from the UK. Here's the opposition leader Keir Starmer's view on the situation.
So a woman can have a penis?
Nick, I don't think we can conduct this debate with,
Sorry, have I offended you in some way?
No, it's just...
A woman can have a penis?
I don't think that discussing this issue in this way helps anyone in the long run. What I want to see is a reform of the law as it is, but I also am an advocate of safe spaces for women.
Which I cannot define. Now, to his credit, I think Keir did come out with a solid position on this, and it was that a woman is an adult human female, but it wasn't before being laughed at and mocked relentlessly. Now, here's MP Emily Thornberry being asked the same question.
Can a woman have a penis? Will you answer that question, Emily?
Sure. Let me put it this way.
Let me put it this way. She's not going to answer the question.
I know of a woman who was called Doski Assad.
She goes on for a couple of minutes about a transgender florist in Iran who was persecuted and killed by her family. I'm not going to bore you with that.
So are you saying yes, a woman can have a penis?
I've explained, and I'm quite sure that the listeners have heard what I've done, because I think that the reason that so many people in your poll have said what they have is because they don't, because they get away.
But do you agree with
Wait
them?
a minute. They get away from the one sentence, one word
It's like
answers.
being at
They
school.
understand that people are complex, that they are different.
Yeah, she doesn't answer the question. Now let's move on to the Prime Minister of New Zealand.
How do you and how does this government define a woman?
To be honest, Sean, that question's come slightly out of left field for me.
I cannot stand this man. He's like a wet sneeze with a weak handshake. The kind of guy that volunteers at a vasectomy support group on a Saturday morning, then comes home and tends to his rose garden and sits down to a quiche and salad for lunch.
Biology, sex, gender. People define themselves. People define their own genders.
Weak. What a weak, weak man. Now, I'm proud to say that one of the only countries that agrees on this issue on both sides of the aisle is Australia. Here's the former Prime Minister Scott Morrison and then opposition leader Anthony Albanese.
In a sentence, how do you define a woman, Mr Albanese?
An adult female.
An adult female?
Yeah.
Mr Morrison?
Yes, I'm adult, a member of the female sex.
Because there's been a degree of confusion around that issue, so good to get your clarity on that.
Not confused at all. I don't think it's confusing.
Well, there you go. Politicians, for the most part, being weak sauce, brown-nosing weasels. If you have any comments, leave them down below or at my Twitter account, @bear_ing. I'll see you in the next one, ladies and gentlemen. Ta-ta, goodbye.
Recession!